The collapse of cryptocurrency giant FTX was swift and stunning. Lots of Bay Area ties here. In fact, the parents of founder Sam Bankman-Fried are respected professors at Stanford Law School. Joining us live now is Liz Lindquister, data journalist with our media partner at the San Francisco Standard. Liz, nice to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
So the FTX story is being compared to Theranos. Remind our viewers why people flocked to Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and what caused its spectacular downfall.
Yeah, so Sam Bankman-Fried, more commonly known as SBF to many, was basically founded this trading arm called Alameda Research, which traded cryptocurrency. And once that got really successful, he founded an FTX cryptocurrency. And at its height, the crypto empire had roughly like $16 billion in customer deposits across about 1 million customers. And even though it was once known as the darling of the crypto world, behind the scenes, Sam Bankman-Fried was basically propping up Alameda Research, the cryptocurrency trading firm, and essentially mismanaged customer deposits and transferred about $8 to $10 billion of those deposits straight to the research arm. And once Alameda Research went under and FTX, basically all these customers lost all their money. So it's been called like the greatest scandal since Theranos. And there's going to be a lot of legal fallout as a result anticipated.
Indeed. And look, many people say Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF, should have known better, especially given his parents being professors at Stanford Law School. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried was raised in the Silicon Valley, right on Stanford's campus, in a house that sat right next to the Stanford president's home. And his parents are both law school professors. Both of them are tax law experts. And Sam was afforded some of the best education in the country at private schools and at MIT. So there's been a lot of conversation about how he was this like crypto Silicon Valley darling that kind of ran away with investors' money and really took a big tumble from his heights.
All right, Dad, of course, Joseph Bankman, and Mom, Barbara Fried. They were supposed to teach classes this spring. Do you know what's happened to their schedule or status?
Yeah, so Joseph Bankman was supposed to teach a tax law class in winter of this year, according to a report from Stanford Law on about Halloween of this year. But by mid-November, after all the FTX debacle happened, that class was canceled. And it's reported that he's now in the Bahamas providing assistance to his son. Barbara Fried, who's also a tax law and moral law expert, it's not clear if she canceled her classes, but she has no further teaching obligations for the rest of the year and is also said to be in the Bahamas with her son.
And there's somebody else involved with Stanford Law who is also kind of in Sam Bankman-Fried's camp, or at least helping him now, right?
Yeah, so there's another lawyer from Stanford Law. His name is David W. Mills. He's probably best known in California as one of the big reformers of the three strikes law in the 2010s, but he's known by Stanford Law students that I spoke with as a very eccentric and kooky professor that has a lot of ties in the white-collar criminal law world. Apparently, he had ties to Elizabeth Holmes at one point, but is now going to be advising Sam Bankman-Fried with any of his legal troubles coming forward.
All right. So what's next for Sam? I understand the House is holding a hearing next week, right? Will he testify?
Unclear. I'm not sure.
Okay. And what about his parents? I mean, you know, they have property in the Bahamas like he does. Will they possibly be implicated in all this?
That's unclear, but I think they did say that they were planning on like never owning the property. And I think Sam Bankman-Fried said that that property in the Bahamas was ultimately going to be the property of the company, either FTX or Alameda.
All right. Super intriguing. A lot more to come. Liz, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And you can check out more of the San Francisco Standard's other original reporting on their website, sfstandard.com. And ABC7 will continue to bring you more segments featuring the Standard's city-focused journalism. Look for that twice a week right here on Getting Answers at 3 o'clock.